Let's dive into some of the tech that you've seen maybe change since I know you say you mentioned before you started in 1980 in this industry, some things you've seen that's changed, and but ultimately maybe the technology things that you see that's going to change our industry and commercial real estate moving forward as well.
Yeah, there's been a world of change, a world of change, Whitney. I mean, in '84, when I started, I didn't have a computer on my desk. There was no fax machine. I didn't have a cell phone. You wanted to send a letter to somebody, you hand wrote it, handed it to a secretary who typed it up. And it was very, very different world. We carried around a roll of quarters in our pocket. And if somebody didn't show up for a meeting, you went down to the corner to the payphone and tried calling them. Very, very inefficient. In those days, if you were in the office, you were working, and if you were out of the office, you were not working. And the world has changed so dramatically over the last 40 years. It's very interesting. Technology has increased the speed with which things can get done, the reach that you have. It's changed so many things. But interestingly, in New York City, there were more properties sold in the 80s than in the 90s, more in the 90s than the noughts, and more in the noughts than last decade. So it hasn't really increased the amount of commerce that's being done. It's just empowered a smaller group of people to accomplish more. And that's the big impact that technology has had on the world so far, is that I think it has really created tremendous leverage and horsepower for a smaller arena of folks to get a lot done. So there isn't more commerce being done because of that. And as much as technology has changed the real estate brokerage business over the last 40 years, I think the relative change over the next 5 years is going to be dramatically more than we've seen over the past 40 based upon what's happening with AI and other technological advances. It's really going to change the world.